Good morning. Welcome back to the first episode in a little while. I've had a week off. Been a bit of a busy time, but let's get back to it. So, I think what we're up to is adding our some sounds to the game. So if I go and I run, let me do it like I know what I'm doing. My God, it's all going wrong. There we go. Run the game. Edit screen's working. Import, export. Copies a string out to your clipboard. Import from your clipboard. All working. Start. All working. There's some gameplay tweaks needed. But like fundamentally, the game is working. Right. So the core game is all there, and I have got a bit of a list in my README. Stuff that I would like to do, so I think a lot of this is kind of more about finishing touches than what am I saying? It's more about finishing touches than it is about like core behaviors now. But we're going to add sounds, and then we've got a whole bunch of other little bits and pieces. The main bulk of it's done. So, adding sounds I've picked out because I think it should be easy. I think Mini Audio is one of the libraries that Odin vendors in. We'll go have a look for Odin vendor Mini Audio. Maybe we'll find it. There we go. Which means that we don't have to worry about, well, writing our own bindings or anything. We can just use it. What's all this about? It's just the Mini Audio docs. Okay, cool. Love that. That's the other thing to say is Mini Audio I've used a little bit before, and their documentation was very good. And in particular, they have a split API. So they have a low-level API that lets you, if you want to stream and you want to do transformations and then encoding and then output to multiple different places, and you've got something very like performance sensitive and like core to your application, you can do all of that. They've also got a high level API where you make an engine. It kind of deals with all that hard stuff, and so you basically have, it's as simple as engine play sound, which should make life nice and easy. Engine hello world can be what we want. Or simple playback. How to load a sound file and play it back with a low-level API. Maybe it's interesting to have a look at this. Engine hello world. So this is what I'm anticipating us doing, something like this. Initialize an audio engine player sound. So argv1 is presumably a file path. Cool. Simple playback. Uses a callback to deliver audio between the application and Mini Audio. So you can see this is bigger. It isn't huge though, is it? But I don't think we need all of this. Although I do wonder, so this presumably just takes a file path, whereas this one has a step where it initializes the file, which presumably pulls it into memory. We might want to do. But I think we try this way first. Oh, sorry. Oh. Yawning. But yeah. Let's get started. So where does this all want to live? It's probably, actually, we have a main... Oops. We have our global context here. And I reckon we're going to end up with a engine in here. Alright, so let's go see what our vendored in import looks like. Is it called Ma or Mini Audio? You do it. Go like that. Go mar dot engine. Right. So you'll see down here. So a lot of this stuff actually needs initializing, right? So like the window handle will start null. The surface and instance for Vulkan will start null. I could pull that into like a global context initialize, but I haven't yet. They all just kind of get sorted as and when. Maybe is a bad way to do it, but it's what we're doing. Oh, sorry. So I think what we would like to do is just in here somewhere, we'll have another block. Stick it here. Initialize sound player. Let's work out how we initialize a sound player. So what do? We have an engine. My engine in it. Let's have a look. Engine. What do you give us? You're not going to tell me what you're called. You're a proc. You take a pointer to a config and a pointer to an engine. It looks like pointer to config is optional. So we're going to take advantage of that and not pass it through if we don't need to. And this one will pass through like that. Right. And then we will call this result. Why is that not working? It's called my engine. There we go. I'm gonna cough. Now this result type is presumably his result type, right? Out of the mini audio library, yeah. Oof, that's a lot of stuff. How do we choose to handle this? Well, if we go and have a look in here, so VK is probably a good example. I've got some stuff in here like this. In fact, I'm probably going to do just something like this, where all of these different C libraries have their own like success result type, right? And so I found it useful to just bung them all into one place. What have I done here? Free load. So I think we'll do something similar. And what we'll do is we'll add, what should I call it? I'll call it ma. I'll call it mini audio. I quite like their one being short. Come into here and say, is this what I've been calling them? I'll go look back in image. All right, let's rename that then. Mini audio.odin. Just useful to have this kind of pattern. Let's actually whip open that one and we can copy what we did. So args will be any. Print standard error. And then panic with mini audio. Add our import. Add our mini audio import. Is that going to be a problem? If I do like that. What if that causes an issue that I'm using the same name as that? We shall see. Let's go have a look. What does my VK1 do? It is success. Proc. Res mini audio. So again, just kind of standardize down so I can use the same thing everywhere. Again, there's probably a smarter thing to do here, but I don't think we need to worry too much. Let's head back into main. Main.odin. So we're in here. Also import my own mini audio. I think should work. And then we're down here. We've got our result. And we'll say if mini audio. Oh, probably should. Right, let's stick with what we did the other case. So the vendored library gets the full name. My library will be truncated. Rename you to Ma. Overwrite. Oh dear. Oh, what have I done? Rename. Main. Like that. Oh my god, what have I done? Dear Ed, you have failed me. Yes, no. Save and kill. Kill it. Get it out of here. Why is this angry? Press Matt, what have you done? MA goes into ma.odin. Stick, that should work. Imports, they should work. If means now your mini audio if ma dot not success result ma dot fatal failed to initialize. Which means this one is now wrong. Mini audio. Might rename you as well to playback engine. Or just sound engine. It's clear from context that we're not doing any audio recording. Syntax error. Back to the package declaration. Beginning of the file. Ein Mada Odin. I mean, it has a package. Hmm. I overwritten something that I didn't mean to. Yeah, I have, haven't I? Forked it. Right, let's kill that. Let's go reopen it. Yep. Okay. And I can't undo back to it because yeah. Alright, let's try do that like we're not stupid. So package ma import core formats, import vendor, MIDI audio. Oh, I guess if nothing else, good typing practice. Get your typing speed up. Format this. Panic. Ma fatal. Then let me go grab VK quickly. Say here it's success. MIDI audio dot. Turn. I think the literal same thing works. Can we? Is not success. Is that one. Right. Let's try that again. Come back to here. Run that. Typo. It's not success. It's not defined by this. Did you mean is success? I'm looking at it. My God, I'm so confused. Excuse me? Is not success, not just not success. Nice one, Matt. Cool. There we go. So we've initialized the engine and we've stuck it on global context. So my thinking is that just needs to be hanging around somewhere that we can say, go play the sound. Then I think the absolute dumbest version of this, you just call engine play sound and you give it a path. Programming manual. Have anything in here? Have a look. The engine is a high-level API, encapsulates a resource manager and node graph, both of which we explain in more detail. Sounds are called sound. So mixing, I think it's beyond what we're currently be doing. You can imagine if this were a more fleshed out project, we'd have like a sound and a music, and then I want to be able to set different volumes and effects on them and then mix them to have a single output. We ain't doing any of that. Where does he talk about play sound? So you initialize. Also use the engine independent of a device entirely. When a sound is loaded, it goes through a resource manager. By default, the engine will initialize a resource manager internally, but you can also do one yourself. Interesting. So I guess what I want to know, when I give it this file path, is it doing something more sensible than just reading from that file a new, like each time I hit play sound? So I'm guessing it is, because I think the whole library is very well thought through, from what I could tell. And that seems a dumb thing to do. And I guess this resource manager is going to tell us it's doing that, but Let's see. So by default, engine will be in the started state. To make it so the engine is not automatically started, you can configure it. Concept of starting or stopping is only relevant when using the engine with a device. Master volume can be controlled when a space is spatialized. Sorry, when a sound is spatialized. Here we are. Engine's coordinate system. The simplest and least flexible way to play a sound is like this. So you just pass it. Oh, WAV file. This is a fire and forget style of function. The engine will manage the sound object internally. When sound finishes playing, it'll be put up for recycling. For more flexibility, you'll want to initialize a sound object. So result, a sound init from file. Sound needs to be uninitialized. Sound uninit. So the example above loads a sound from a file. If the resource manager has been disabled, you will not be able to use this function. Instead, you will need to initialize a sound directly from a data source. Okay, I'm not sure I understand. Keep going. So each sound represents a single instance of the sound. You want to play the same sound multiple times at the same time. You need to initialize a separate sound object. Okay, cool. So the sound object. I don't think it refers to like a single playback. You want to play the same sound multiple times at the same time. Okay. I think this fire and forget dumb thing will work for us, and we're just going to do it and see if something goes wrong. And we can poke around it in the debugger a little bit if we want to see what it's doing internally. See if it is. When it says that it's putting it up for recycling, I assume what that means is it is reading a thing in, using it until it's used, and then tidying its memory up, which means it will have to read it each time for stuff that you're not playing over and over. But let's just see how it goes. So let's just say here, example sound. And we want to do something like this. You will not be that, you'll be that. Right. The engine play sound takes that engine. I can't remember what our files are called. But I think if I do that and that, that and that. Did I not set up file completion? Thought I had. That's annoying. Is it because it doesn't know what my CD is? Hang on. CD to mine Flectris. How annoying. Yeah, there we go. CD back to there. There we go. So it's assets something. Boop. Boop.wav. Let's do boop. We're not doing any mixing, so I don't think we have to worry about that. And then we all act surprised. That should say mini audio. Why angry? Because you're not called engine, you're called sound engine. Right. So if that works, it should boop. I should also say, I haven't had to do any recording yet where I care about the sound output getting recorded. So I think I've got this set up. The sound will play through my headphones and then be picked up by OBS, but I'll keep an eye on it. And basically, if it doesn't work in this video, we'll source it in a later one, but I am trying. All right, so everyone be quiet. It didn't work. Why didn't it work? It didn't throw. Do you return an error or a result even? Yeah, you do. Okay, so res. If ma is not play res. So I'm anticipating some output. No output. Interesting. Why is that? So if I mangle this, outputs, yeah, failed to play sound. So it is loading it without any trouble. Not be something dumb about. Output device is not being set or something, is it? Log output. So I think that's the headphones that I'm using. I unset the rest of these. Ah, what's that about? Do that. But I absolutely do play it out my headphones. See if that works. Ah, okay. I heard it that time. I think that was it. Just watch OBS to see if it actually like picked it up. Hey, boys. It's a bit quiet. Right, so we can play a sound. And to be honest, for what we're going to do, I think Fire and Forget probably works for us. I assume. This is Fire and Forget. That means there's another version that gives you like, no, a callback that fires when it finishes or something. Sounding it, sounding it. Okay, I'm not sure I care. Call this the resource manager. All right, we're going to not worry about it. I mean, it's interesting, but our use case is so simple. I want to boop when you press a button. Is kind of it, right? As you're pressing back and forward, I just think it'll make it feel more like a finished project. So let me. What are you? Stage changes. We can just bin that. Let's commit that as just a work in progress example sound. Right. So with that initialized, I think it should be as simple as go find the places we want to make a boop and play the boop. Places I want to make a boop, I think, are mostly on button presses. I can't remember where our button press handling all lives. All this on click. Import on click. Screen handle event. No, these are on clicks. I mean like keyboard presses. Have a look. I don't think it's that either. Wherever we're pushing events in. Game handle event. Event buffer. Event push. Who calls you? One of these things. Key callback. Cool. Ah, okay. So that's our thing to take the GLFW inputs, turn them into our thing, push them to our queue. So that's not actually what we want. It probably is those handle event. So game handle event iterates through these. It's only the game screen ones that I care about at this point. We jump down to here. Grand. So, if you press the space bar, if game state can save piece, save piece. Upon update active piece position, do we just make you boop? So in here, if collided bottom, here and import ma and import and audio. Go ahead and say mini audio dot engine play sound. Get what you take. You're not going to tell me easily. Call that. All right, pointer to engine is ampersand global context sound engine. File path. No. All right, what did I call it? Go look. LS assets. We have boop high, boop low. So I think one boop low in here. And that's nil. If ma is not success, ma fatal failed to play by the bottom sound. Maybe it's easier saying here sound path is equal to dot slash asset slash boop low dot wav if collided bottom, else assets boop. Stack all that off. Can we pull them into place? All right, let's see if that worked. And this is just failed to play update active piece sound. Do you run? You do run. So as it goes, it does not make a noise. Oh no, it does make a noise. Oh, interesting. It doesn't do the noise on naturally hitting. It does if I hit up. Alright, I want it to make that noise. Deactivate piece. Just to check, where's deactivate piece being called? A couple places. Press up. But not. What are we doing there? I'm not sure I understand that. Ah, okay. It's because for you can use instead of while. Yeah. So this is while, not collided with bottom. Keep doing the thing. That's pretty nasty, actually. So maybe what we should do is instead of having, what were we just looking? Oh, damn it. Let's go back to this one. I think instead of doing that, this plays boop. Only if not collided bottom. Ah, is that even right? Hmm. I'm really not sure. All right, let's have a think. So, this is called in a bunch of places in here in response to each of these key strokes. We also presumably have it being called here, where we are just updating the game naturally. So, if we were to say deactivate piece, calls our thing to playback. So if in here we just do mini audio, we do it in here, that should cover all of the interactions very easily, right? Assets, boop, low.wav. Stick a res on there. Call it sound res for clarity. And then if mar.is not success sound res, fatal failed to play deactivate piece sound. Deactivate piece sound. So now every way that you can deactivate the piece, oops, including it just does it naturally, or if I hit down and make it happen. Cool. So that's the easier case. The other case is we have done an update to your position that does not. Maybe I should just put it in the keystroke handler. That might be the easiest thing to do. So for example, in this case, I don't want it to do the boop. So can I say in here, play piece move sound. Play piece And I think we're also going to have like a play piece clear sound. Right, and then each of those can call play sound because they're all doing the same thing. Play sound will say res is equal to mini audio. Mini audio, engine play sound. Take our sound engine, take that file path and take nil. If ma is not success, res fatal, I think, takes a vararg. Oh, have I not got them in here? Import vendor mini audio. Ma. You take a vararg, so we can pass it multiple things. Failed to play sound. File. And you, sir, are just going to call play sound. Sets boop. You will call play sound. Sets boop low. And you will play sound. Assets boop high. Which I think exists. Yep. And I've got crunch, which I think I'm planning to use on like bad states, like you lose. What is your problem? This needs to be a C string. So let's just make you a C. Oops. C string and it's happy. And then these are all known at compile time, so they're happy. Right. Oopsie daisy. Where did I do all of this? Right. Can we do it in here? So, exit main menu, we don't make a noise. Update active piece tells us if it collided. But we can't have update active piece play the sound itself because the upstroke calls it repeatedly, and that's why when we were doing that, it made such a loud noise. Got it. What we can do in here instead is we can just say if that it's getting a bit nasty and nested, isn't it? I might just let it be nasty and nested for now though. So play. Is that what I called it? Play piece move sound. No, sorry. The else is the play piece move sound. Still pretty nasty, isn't it? Because then the point where it locks, it could then clear. All right, so this doesn't. Sorry, we deactivate the piece. That doesn't do the calculation to see if it's cleared or not. Again, doesn't feel like the right way to handle it, does it? Update active piece position. Right, I think something we can say is if not that, we play the move sound. And we can do that here as well. Yes, I know it's copy pasty, but who even cares? So the press up does not do it. And then if I have deactivate piece, we have that one play its lock sound. How's that look? So, as it moves normally, it doesn't do anything. As you move it, that seems right, doesn't it? Alright, so the next thing to do is I want a clear sound. Which is only awkward because I think that's in game update, right? We're no longer in game. So we're inside of here. Clear filled lines. We spawn a piece if needed. Not lost. Not have active piece. We could, instead of playing on deactivate, have the game state update trigger it, because it knows everything. If we're in here, if a piece is locked, so deactivate piece will mean has active piece is false. We'll play sound. Will be equal to game dot state. Oh, we've got game state already. Game state dot has. And then after we've worked out if we have cleared lines, filled line count. If we'll play sound. I want to say if filled line count is not equal to 0, we play piece clear sound. Else, we'll play the piece lock sound. How's that? That's fun. So you get a boop right at the start of the game. Hey, that's quite nice. That seems right, doesn't it? So if we fill another line. And if you're feeling cute, you could do more, right? Like you could say, the more lines you clear, you get like a more fun noise. But fundamentally, I think that works for us. Cool. Happy days. That's our game sounds. Easy. Are there other things we care about? A lose sound, I think, would be nice. Let's just... No. Yeah, that's pretty nasty, isn't it? Okay. That... I think we live with that for now. It is nasty, but I think one of the things on the README is a game over screen. So let's make the crunch sound effect in there. These are done, I think. I didn't put it on click button, but I don't think I care. But yeah, I think our game over behavior in general needs some thinking. So we'll sort the sound effect out as part of that instead of bodging it in now. Just trying to have a think if there's any other obvious cases that need handling. We could boop on rotation. That might feel good. Where rotation's handled. Game something. Handle. There we go. Game screen handle event. Rotate active piece one way and the other way. Do we just play the move sound in there? Yeah, that feels better, doesn't it? Cool. Yep. I think I like that. I've left some random white space. Even complaining about? God knows. Okay. Stage all that. Game sounds. Done. Told you that'd be easy. Right. I think that's us done for today. And I'll catch you on the next one. To probably look at our game over screen. Or save configs. One of the two. But either way, I'm sure it'll be a fun time. Catch you next time.